everybody, and welcome to this week's MPTV Coaches Show. I'm Ryan Lindley. Great to be here with you, and it was another great week in Potters Athletics. We'll talk about the events on the court and on the mat a little bit later, but first I want to start with something that's always a special moment in high school athletics, gratifying for us as coaches and always gratifying for the kids who accomplish the feat as well. And what I'm talking about is signing to play your chosen sport at the next level. This past week, we had two of our football players, left tackle Ian Mutchler and tight end Jack Stump, who signed National College Letters of Intent to continue their football careers at the next level. Ian is headed to South Dakota State, Jack to Lindenwood University, and we had a chance to visit with them on their signing day. Each of the last two seasons, the Morton High School football team has had a record-breaking rushing attack, thanks in large part to the offensive line, led by senior left tackle Ian Mutchler and tight end Jack Stump. Recently, Jack and Ian both committed to play college football, and we had a chance to speak with them both about their commitments.
I had my offers down to like 2 or 3 schools, and then kind of out of nowhere, South Dakota State contacted me. I went on a visit and committed the next day because they have great facilities, great program. I can be super successful there, and most of all, like their mascot's awesome, so that's a big plus.
I chose Lindenwood just because they're a really up-and-coming program. The coaches were super welcoming, nice to me. They just joined the OVC, which is a Division I conference. They have schools in it like Eastern Illinois, as you might know, from the state. And it's just a really up-and-coming new program, and I just really wanted to be a part of it. So that's why I committed there.
Really excited for both Ian and Jack with what they've accomplished on the field and then going to the next level. You can see Ian's excitement. They're a national champ that he's going to go play for. Jack gets to go play for a young, up-and-coming Lindenwood program. He can be part of setting the foundation for that program as it goes forward. They're the second and third Division I signees for the Morton football program in the last 3 years. So compliments to Coach Tim Briley for developing those guys. Of course, as most of you probably know, Coach Briley resigned. He's going to spend more time with his family. But we have a new head football coach officially announced just today, just right before we started filming this. Coach Adam O'Neill comes to the Potters to take over the program. He's coming from Manhattan, Kansas, where he's the defensive coordinator for the Kansas State Champs. So congratulations to Coach O'Neill for getting that job. He is a Peoria area kid. He grew up and played his high school football at Peoria Notre Dame High School. One of his coaches was actually former Morton coach Mark Propst. And then he was previously coaching at Peoria High before he went out and coached in Manhattan. So congratulations to Coach O'Neill. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll get a chance to sit down with him and talk about his vision for the Morton program and bring that to you here on our MPTV Coaches Show. Let's talk a little bit about events that occurred on the athletic competition fields this past week. Let's start first with wrestling. We've got several wrestlers who qualified for state. I want to mention specifically Harrison Day, who just before we started filming, we got word that he won his first match at the state wrestling meet. So congratulations to Harrison. We hope he continues to be successful, and to all our wrestlers at state, we hope we can talk about a huge successful run on next week's show. I want to talk about basketball, boys basketball first. Boys basketball had games against Dunlap and Washington this past week. Unfortunately, they lost both those games, close, hotly contested games. Dunlap game went to overtime. Potters unfortunately fall short. Washington game, Potters lose on essentially a buzzer beater from Washington. But it's not all about the results on the field, right? One of the things we always try to teach kids is it's about so much more than that when you're involved in high school athletics. And one of the best examples of that at Morton High School is Gameball Run. This past week, we not only had the Gameball Run game on Friday, but there was also the actual Gameball Run. So we had an opportunity to get a little bit of video of the run and then hear from Coach Matt Franks pregame talking about just what Gameball Run really means and all the people that were involved. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Carper Field played host to one of the most special weekends of the Morton High School athletic calendar as our community came together for the 11th annual Gameball Run. It started on Thursday with the actual Gameball Run. The weather was dreary, but the spirits weren't, as many runners representing all the District 709 schools and the Morton community came out to honor the Miracle families and Miracle children. Then, on Friday night, it was time for basketball. Before the game, Coach Franks delivered a few words.
Thank you very much, everybody. I've got some quick thank yous that I want to give. First and foremost, I want to thank our administration, Dr. Smock, Mrs. Ripka, Dr. Sonder, and Mr. Jones. So first, a quick round of applause for our admin. Thank you so much for your support. Our next important thank you is for three very special ladies. These ladies are the co-chairs, and they are the rock that drives this, and they do such an unbelievable amount of work, and we're so grateful for them. They're unbelievable. I'm going to bring them out here to half court. Dana Hobson, Stacey Latursky, and Tracy Hare, come on out here. We're so grateful for them. Come on. Let's give them a great round of applause. They're amazing. Thank you. The next thank you I want to do is to our two different committees. We have the executive committee, all volunteers that do a lot of work. They start working in August for this unbelievable event. And then we also have our school committees. There are a bunch of people that volunteer, and we cannot thank them enough for everything they do. So let's give our committees a round of applause, please. The next one, and it is very special to us, and every year we're so grateful for them. We want to thank our miracle families and our miracle kids. They are the living proof of the amazing things that the Children's Hospital does. We're so grateful that their family shares their story. It's an emotional story that they're here, and we're so blessed to have them, and we're so grateful for their courage to be out in front of this many people and doing such an amazing job. So let's give the miracle kids a great applause. And then our last thank you is to you, Morton. The community, the town, it is absolutely unbelievable. This event has become truly a community event, and it's to you, Morton, the time, the money, everything you give to this has truly turned this into an unbelievable thing, and I'm just so grateful that myself and the basketball program gets to be a part of it. So, Morton, give yourself a big round of applause.
And now it is our pleasure to present this year's Game Ball check to the OSF Children's Hospital of Illinois in the amount of $181,861.30.
Again, Gameball Run, just so special. It's just one of those things that you always, when you walk into the gym on Gameball Run night, you're just blown away by the number of people, and then obviously you're just blown away by the check, $181,000 plus raised for the Children's Hospital of Illinois. Just so amazing, and our compliments here to the basketball program, to Coach Franks, and to the entire Morton community for being a part of that. Shifting gears, let's talk a little bit about girls basketball. Girls basketball, unfortunately, we have to report the end of their season. They fell on Monday night to Peoria Notre Dame in their first regional game. Potters finished the year with 19 wins, just couldn't quite advance past those Peoria Notre Dame Irish. The Irish will move on to play Washington in the regional championship, but obviously still a very solid season for girls basketball, and we've got a few highlights collected from the course of this past season. Let's go ahead and roll that package.
17-15, Hutchinson, Laufenberg, Ruxlow now. Van Mennen feeds Engel, nice catch and finish.
Tremendous ball movement, right? Another layup for the Potters.
But Hutchinson, she'll go left-hand dribble back to Addie. She's going to be double-teamed, gets it to Tatum. Julia open on the wing, but Tatum will take it herself and score.
So that's what happens right there when you're patient, right? You keep spreading the play out, you drive, you dish, over and over again. Sure enough, it always works out. Typically, you get what you look for.
Tatum now, 40 seconds or so remaining in the first quarter. Tatum crossover all the way to the hoop, off the window and in. 11 points in the first quarter.
She's got a really good move when she gets a...
Abby Pollard cutting, gets to Gracie Junis. She will once again ball fake. Now she's going to be double teamed. Back to Pollard. Addie Engel. Back to Abby Pollard. Abby will fire a three there, and that's good. There you go. That is going to be a Potter steal. Izzy Hutchinson going the other way with it. Left-hand dribble now. Izzy cut off there. Gets it back to Addie. Gracie Junis is open. Top of the key three for Gracie, and that's good.
Gracie 5 on the night. Just a nice find, and she just spotted up and was ready to fire when she caught that ball.
A lot of good moments for girls basketball this year, and hopefully you enjoyed those highlights there. Boys basketball, we mentioned earlier that they wrapped up the regular season with those Dunlap and Washington games. They will start regionals next week, Wednesday, at Normal West High School. They will most likely play Bloomington High School. Bloomington and Urbana are playing in a play-in game. Powders will get the winner of that one. Bloomington is the higher seed. We'll probably have more updates on that on next week's show. But again, for everybody at MPTV, for Coach Eric Myers, even though he couldn't make it this week, he's feeling a little bit under the weather, so we get well wishes to Coach Myers. I'm Ryan Lindley. Goodbye, everybody.